And welcome, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Hashtag The Whiteboard. And I am your humble host, the Fantasy Typhoon, aka The Mentalist, the founder and CEO of Fantasy Football One on One. And just got through with Tavon Austin with you, and just wanted to go over some things. Just wanted to go over some things right quick. The Dallas Cowboys backfield. Let's go ahead and put it out there. Now, like I tell you, fantasy football is a mirror of the NFL. It has to happen in the NFL before it can happen to your fantasy team. So don't play fantasy football, meaning don't play with a fantasy in your head you're thinking is going to happen. That's never going to happen in the NFL. Don't go fantasy NFL instead of going NFL fantasy. It goes NFL down to your fantasy league, not from your fantasy league up to the NFL. So that is a powerful nugget if you grab it. And that's a mantra here. We beat it into your skulls week in and week out. Hashtag the whiteboard episode after hashtag whiteboard the episode. That's what we want you to get. So your old subscribers, I know you get it. You might be tired of me doing it, but I'm sorry. I have to beat it down like a drum so the new folks can get it. Now, what we're talking about today is Christian Michael, but not only Christian Michael. We're getting ready to just go through the whole backfield, and we're ready to tell you what the lowdown is. And like I said, the way we do it here, we do it NFL wise, and it might not gel with what you've been seeing and reading in articles and this and that nature, but we're giving you the NFL down to fantasy. So it's going to be different. So our stuff is automatically going to be a little different than what you're seeing in the mainstream, because those folks are writing for fantasy. We're doing our stuff centered around NFL. So in other words, we're trying to keep you from buying swampland over in Montana, and you thinking you bought a $2-3 million shopping mall, but you got swampland. So when you rock with us, so hopefully you become a subscriber right now. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. The website is down there, and the podcast. So make sure you become a subscriber to what we do. That way we can help you avoid buying that swampland. Because every now and then we're not making that claim that we're infallible. Of course not. But what we're saying is, you might buy swampland once or twice in 3 years. We keep you limited on swampland. Is what I'm trying to say. That's the point of the parable that I'm trying to bring forth to you. Now, let's get into this backfield, because there's a lot, kicking and screaming going on of what Dallas Cowboys did, and you already saw it coming. You already saw this coming a mile away. You knew something was coming. You thought it really was coming to draft, which I really thought it was coming via the draft. But they said, okay, we have another plan in place, which I think was a pretty good plan. But the Randall, McFadden, Dunbar thing, you knew that. Come on now, everybody out there, you knew that wasn't going to be the final outcome. Come on now. Everybody out there in fantasy world, whether you fantasy or NFL, you knew Dallas was not starting the season with that. Yeah, that just won't gonna happen. All right, so now let's apply the NFL rules to this roster, and let's see let's shake it out, and let's see what's getting ready to go down for redraft and dynasty. All right, now when you look at the Cowboys backfield, the main thing Cowboys want to do, what's the philosophy of the Cowboys? They're a traditional pro-style offense, right? So the main thing they want to do is, because it worked last year with DeMarco Murray. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to keep Romo under control, because they know if Romo gets too much pressure on him and he presses, he's going to try to do it all on his own, and that's when the mistakes come, because he's trying to force the ball where it doesn't belong. Now you get the interceptions, Romo, instead of the calm, cool, collected Romo, who can operate within the structure of an offense, which also magnifies the defense, which maximizes the defense's efficiency as well. So you're killing two birds with one stone when you got the backfield ready to rock and roll. So the backfield is the number one catalyst to the Cowboys being a winning or losing season, as opposed to Dez and Romo. So with that being said, to make everything efficient, this is what has to happen. This is what you're looking for. Now, I might not even have, on this point on the whiteboard, I might not even have to go to the whiteboard, because basically this is all mental. This could be, I might just make this a podcast, because there's really nothing too much to show you. It's just the rules of the NFL. Now, when you look at what they need, so this is what you're looking for out of the backs. They have to do this. This is not debatable, because they want this offense to run pitter-patter down the field to keep the defense off the field. That's the name of the game. At the end of the day, that's what they want more than anything out of all those backs. So basically what you're looking for is this. On first down, they want 4 yards, period. Not 3, not 2.5. They want 4 yards. They want 2nd and 6 consistently. That contains Romo. A 2nd and 6 puts the defense in a position to where he can pass, or they can still run the ball. It leaves the playbook wide open and the audibles wide open. It doesn't make them one-dimensional to where now everybody in the building knows Romo has to pass, like on a 2nd and 7 or a 2nd and 8. Okay, Romo's got to pass. They don't want that much. Now, no back in the world can automatically eliminate that. But what they're looking for, folks, they're looking for a guy to consistently get that 4 yards on first down. They know they've put tons of first round picks and talent wise on that offensive line. So in Cowboys' mind, okay, somebody on this roster can get us 4 yards. We don't know who it is, but somebody's about to do it. So it's like a on the job training. All right. Now let's look at Randall. He's your starter, right? So let's take him first. Let's go ahead and chug him down. Let's break him down. Okay, now here's the thing with Randall. I don't know if you even realized it, but you got to put this in the equation because it's huge. Okay, was he on the roster last year? Yeah, I mean, it makes you think the way they used Murray and ran him in the ground with Randall on the roster, sitting right there. So if Randall is a first down running back, why in the world was he overlooked so drastically? You got to ask yourself that. You can't break down the backfield without having that, without bringing that question to the forefront. So that's already a huge red flag. So that already tells me right there, they don't trust this guy. He might be out in the front right now, and he's feeling good, and he's looking good, and he's smelling himself. But I'm talking about when the rubber meets the road in the head office, I can't say for 100%, but I can almost sign the line for Jerry Jones saying that they already don't think Randall is going to keep that. He's going to get the opportunity. Now, whether he keeps it or not, I really don't see him keeping that. I'm talking about week 8, 9. I really don't see Randall as the starter. I'm projecting week 3, 4. McFadden is going to come in and just take that. So because you look at him in pass pro, he can't pass pro. So that's automatically going to take him off the field, period. You can't pass pro, you're coming off the field. Randall can't do it. Now, another thing about Randall, he doesn't carry himself. Now, like we always tell you, it's two sides to the coin. You got to have talent on the A side of the coin, and you flip it over, you got to have the mental X and O's and the focus of just football. A football IQ on the tail side to match your talent level for you to come in and take over. Now, looking at Randall has already came out and showed himself not even worthy on the mental side. When he come out with a statement, DeMarco Murray left meat on the bone. I mean, What starting running back in the NFL does that? That already shows me he's not at a mental state to where he's ready to take a pounding. Yeah, you guys got to understand, this is not college football. These are not future insurance men. We talking about DeAndre Levy, Levante David, CJ. We talking about guys that are getting ready to take your head off week in and week out, play in and play out. These guys get paid to do this for a living. They're just as fast as the running back. So it's not like you got a speed advantage over them, because those linebackers are just, and those some of the defensive linemen are just as fast as the running back. And trust me, they want a dun-dun-dun. They want that. They want to see you with your helmet off laying out on the field on Sports Center. So these guys are coming to take your head off. Randall, I don't think Randall has the capacity to handle that job. It's too big for him. I think he's already proved it. If you really go back and do your research and just look at what's happening, look at it. Look at last year. Last year, if he was a starting running back this year, man, that should have been a bigger timeshare. The front office should have had a little bit more confidence in him to spell Murray, as opposed to saying, Murray, like, man, I'm tapping out, I'm tired. Can you give us about 8 more carries? You see what I'm saying? They didn't trust Randall last year. So what makes him all of a sudden a year off? Now back in. Now what makes him a lead back? That's the question mark I got. That's the huge red flag I see on Randall. Plus, you're throwing the immaturity and the pass pro. Oh man, it's just a matter of time before McFadden takes that. Now, so here's the thing in the NFL. I don't know if you guys realize this, but hopefully you're taking nuggets on this, and hopefully you're listening to me. And I'm just trying to help you guys. Now, some of you say, Typhoon, we don't believe it. That's fine. Now, we give it to you raw and uncut. You never hear things the way we break it down and the way we dish it out. You don't get this nowhere else. Nobody brings it to you the way we do. Now, okay, Randall's on the field. Let's say McFadden overtakes him, which we project. We just don't know when, but it's going to happen. Now, McFadden gets on the field. Now, Randall had his shot. And one thing in the NFL, they gave you a shot for the number one back. It's not coming back. I mean, look at Monty Ball. Last year, he was wasn't he a first round pick last year? Now, he man doesn't have a job because he lost his job. And it's hard to get it back because, one, your mental focus now is all jacked up because you lost your job. And the whole organization is leaning on another person besides you, and you were brought in to be the man. Now you can't do it. That's a lot on the player. So now Ball has lost his confidence. So now Ball is out of a job. So Randall, now this is it. This is Randall. What I want to get you guys to see. This is Randall's shot. It won't come back because the Cowboys now say, okay, we ran him. He couldn't hold it. We know he can't do it. You see what I'm trying to say? I hope you get that nugget on Randall. This is it. So in dynasty leagues, if you're not getting out of there, if you're not selling and getting out of there and selling that swampland, you really think, you can do what you want to do. Like I said, all we're here to do is give you information that you don't get nowhere else to help you make a wise decision. You can listen to us. You can choose to listen to us or turn it off right now. That's fine. It's up to you. You make that call. Now, Randall will not get another shot. Now, what I'm saying is that automatically pushes Randall back behind. He might be behind Gus Johnson. Did you miss that? Did you miss it? Did you miss that? You missed it, didn't you? They could actually get to the point where they activate Gus Johnson and deactivate Randall because he's already showed he can't do it. Once you show you can't do it in the NFL, it's hard to get another shot. Now, there could be injuries to McFadden, injury to Michael, injury to Dunbar, to where they got to push him back out there again, and he'll get another shot. But he's not going to get another shot like, okay, well, let's bench this guy to give him another shot. Once you get a shot in the NFL, guys, and you really can't produce, it's hard to get your job back because you've already shown immaturity too and pass pro. Oh, no. You're not getting another shot there. He could easily be on the practice squad or cut or in the back of the line. Easily. Okay, now let's move to McFadden. He's second in the line. Now, McFadden is, let me put it to you this way. McFadden he needs a hole and so he can get downhill. And that's what the Cowboys offer. They offer a little crease, just enough for him to get downfield. Now, McFadden is going to look outstanding on his team. Now, the injury thing is about the only thing that can really slow McFadden down from really taking a stranglehold to this backfield. So I would say about week 3 or 4, sometime this is going to be McFadden's backfield if he doesn't get hurt first. Now, McFadden is older. He's on a 1-year contract. So he's more of a stopgap type guy. So he's not the future. Dynasty leagues, you plug and play him this year until he gets hurt, and then you might not be able to sell him. But that's fine. As long as you get something out, as long as you understand that, and you get something out of him, then that's fine. As long as he wins you a couple of games, and that's what you're looking for, McFadden in Dynasty and in redraft. You're looking for him to win you a couple of games, because if he loses if he gets injured, now he'll come back over. They'll give him another shot over Randall because he's the first round pick, so he's going to get that treatment. He's going to get the spot treatment, while the other ones, they send them over to. They send him to, I don't know, whatever the lower level is. To one person is in the Carlton up on the hill, getting a massage, and the other one is in the Motel 8, Motel 6, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. When you're a first round pick, you get the red carpet status and the cream of the crop. So he's going to get another shot. But Randall's not. So all things aren't considered equal in the NFL. It's not fair. It's not a fair. It's more of it's a business. Now, once McFadden gets the job, now McFadden is going to shine. He's going to look good. And they're going to be like, can he? But the main question is that 4 yards. Can he give us that consistent 4 yards? If he can do that, McFadden's excellent in pass pro. McFadden could actually come in and do some damage here and take a lot of time up on the backfield. Now, here's the thing. Now, if McFadden gets hurt, now you have no choice but to give Michael the job. Dunbar's not even in the running. Dunbar is utilized is more of a pass catcher guy because he can pass pro, and he's more along of Randall and Dunbar to make one running back, as opposed to McFadden or Michael can do it all. They're more can stand on their own type of running backs. You need Randall and Dunbar to make one. So, like I said, McFadden gets in there. He's going to shine. McFadden is going to be the one that's going to put in work. Now, how much work is just depends on injury. If he can last, they're going to ride him as long as he can last. Now, let's say he falters and gets an injury. Then here comes Michael. Now, once Michael hits the field, that's a wrap. You can hang it up. It's his job. Especially if it's an injury to McFadden to where he can. Okay, let me put it to you this way. Once Michael era begins, he's going to need rhythm. I'm not talking about coming in for 2 plays and then going out and coming back in for a play on third down, catch a pass, and go out. Now, that's probably might be the way they bring him in, right? That might be the way they acclimate him to the system and get him situated and get him in pass protection situations where they can evaluate and in practice to where they can evaluate. They're getting ready to evaluate this guy. And once he hits the field, you can pretty much hang that up. Dynasty folks rejoice. It's the Christian Michael era has finally happened. You know, if you held on for 2.5 years or whatever, so if you held on long enough, your payoffs is about to show up. So if you held on that long, you might as well go ahead and hold on another 8-9 months because it might be week 9 before he really comes in and really gets that thing to where, all right, it's the Michael show now. Everybody just step back. We know it. Is Michael getting ready to carry us on in to keep Romo and the defense and to keep us our efficiency the way we want to run this team. Now, when you get to Michael, you got a young side on him too. You know, you got a lot of talent, more talent than Randall, but at the same side, on the flip side, you got a little immaturity there. So now the question comes up: is the man mature enough to see? Okay, they're bringing me and giving me a shot here. Let me stay after practice. Let me go sit down with McFadden and eat lunch with him. Let me go over to McFadden's house. Let me hang out with him. Hey, man, you know, I don't get this and that. Now, that's all up to him. You know, Michael comes in with that serious mindset to where all right, this is my show. I know I'm getting my shot, and once I do, I'm not giving this up. Then you got a beast on your hands. But it all depends on his mentality, and nobody knows it. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows this but Michael. Christian Michael is the only one that can answer that question, and he will when he gets his opportunity. He's going to tell you whether he wants it or we'll be talking about the same backfield again next year. Now, if Michael gets everything up to par and he's ready to rock and roll, it's his job. Now, I'm going to tell you why it's his job. Because Cowboys brought him in. They already knew what they had wasn't going to work. They knew that. They were just trying to figure out a way to get out of it, and they made a trade with the Seahawks. And that covered it. Now, this is how I know they want him to run the backfield is because, one, there's no risk involved for them. None. Cowboys have no risk. It's all reward in Michael. So first thing, what they feed you? Well, we just brought him in as his insurance. You know, we brought him in for running back depth. You know, we brought him in for injury-wise. No, you didn't. You brought him in to run your backfield. Yeah, you did. They won't tell you that because because they know Michael is raw as far as mental-wise, and that gives them an out. Now the organization doesn't look bad. Michael comes in, he gets his shot, and he can't handle it because, you know, he's not studying his playbook. He's missing pass protection, okay? Well, we already told you guys up front, that's what you call CYA. You know, I'm in the military. That's what you call CYA. I was in the military. So that's what you do. They're covering. So they're telling you, they're already putting it. First words come out, well, when they do that right there, first words coming out their mouth, soon as the press conference or the first words out of Stephen Jones' mouth, well, he's an insurance policy. No, he's not. That's your lead back, and you want him to be your lead back. That's what you brought him there for. So don't get it confused, folks. Michael is there to take this backfield. It's up to Michael whether he takes it or not, and a little waiting time and injury before he really gets his shot. So, like I said, I can't. There's really no need to really go here and bring up the whiteboard because I mean, if I bring it up, what tackle, guard, center, guard, tackle, it's basically right in here. Let me take that off there. It's basically your AB gaps. You know, you got your running back coming here. Now see, Dallas is a power. Dallas runs power and Dallas runs zone. Dallas will stretch it. Dallas will stretch it to where he needs to be patient and then cut. He can do it. Dallas will sometimes run it straight up the middle AB. He can do it. Dallas will sometimes run the power, pulling guard, the G power, and you got to follow. He can do it. See, Dallas running game can run all concepts. They do angle blocking, zone blocking, and your power schemes. This is a team that runs the ball, that knows how to run the ball in numerous ways. Kind of like what Greg Roman is getting ready to do with McCoy. It's not just one option. So that gives Michael a huge advantage. Because sooner or later, he's going to get a shot. because they're gonna make him. They're gonna make him have a shot because that's what he's there for. You know, he's just what they're looking for. He can come in, take over, take every down duties, and then next year what? We don't have to pay him squat. That's what the Cowboys are looking for. Now, after that, when his contract comes up, let's say he does take over, and then his contract comes up, and they could let him walk and then do the same thing. But I don't know. Maybe Michael might come at a cheaper price tag than Murray, and he'll be what, 26 next year. I don't know. They might work a deal with him if it works out. But like I said, that's way down the line. That's a little too far. I can't. The mentalist can't go that far. On this situation. But Randall is going to get first crack. He's going to lose it. McFadden's going to come in. He's going to shine. He's going to look good. But he's not. He's a stopgap. McFadden's on a 1-year contract. This is not going to be his job. They didn't bring him in to take the job. They brought him in to pretty much be a cushion to let the new back come in and take the job. Because Randall never ran away with the job. When you're a lead back, you're supposed to come in and take that thing and run away with it like C.J. Anderson. That's a takeover. Come in, take the job. I'm talking about fantasy-wise and NFL-wise. Everybody in the world see, man, his guy's better than you. There's no mystery there. Everybody knows C.J. is better than Ball. That's not even a mystery. You know, 4-year-olds know that. So if the whole world can see it, you know good and well that he took your job. So Randall supposed to came in and put a strangle on it to where you to the front. Everybody in here knows Randall is a second. Randall should be a first-round pick with where he is. Think about it. He's going in the 4th round, so that's already telling you he doesn't have a stranglehold. So you even realize that the back is. Think about it. Just think about this, and I'm going to shut it down. Think about this. Randall should be a first-round pick behind that offensive line. Am I right or wrong? But you put Adrian Peterson in there. Where is he? First-round pick. Put C.J. Anderson behind that line. Where is he going? First-round pick. You taking him probably before Le'Veon. Because understand the situation what Dallas is doing, and you understand what they're trying to do. You're just not comprehending it, and you're not really realizing it and putting it to the litmus test, and seeing that the best you can give for him is the 4th round is already telling you that you don't have confidence in it yourself, because you ticking him in the 4th round. Because if you knew he was the bell cow and you knew he was top dog, he would be a first-round pick. No discussion. No discussion. But, that's what we're here to do. We're just here to bring things. We like GE. We just bring things to light. We're just trying to help you make a wise decision. Now, whatever you do in the backfield, you can say, Typhoon, all you said was a pure bull. That's fine. I'm cool with that. Long as I put it on display and put it in front of you and gave you a different perspective all we're trying to do is give you nuggets for you. This is what we're here for. We're here to give you nuggets for your toolbox, and we're here to help you make a better informed decision when you're making your fantasy decisions, trades, waiver wires, whatever you're doing, drafts. We're just here to help you put a nugget in. Oh, you know what Typhoon said? You know what? That might be right, man. And then you go back and do your research. You know what? Typhoon was wrong on that. I'm going another route. Then it's fine. I have no problem with that. Just long as you listen to me and you give me a chance to make my case, then whatever you do after you've heard this, then it's fine with me. But make sure you subscribe and continue to listen and support hashtag the whiteboard. Like I said, we do our work during the off season so we can sit back and laugh during the season. I'll go ahead and admit it. I made a trade for Michael in my Dynasty League. I went ahead and took a flyer on him. And what I did, I own Travis Kelce, Scott Chandler. Of course, I did the whiteboard. Of course, I got Chandler. I picked Chandler up for, 0? Way back, about 2.5 months ago. I picked him up and been sitting on him for a while. And I don't agree to pay dividends, but that's what it's about. I might sell him for a nice piece. We'll see Thursday. We'll see. We'll see what he's getting ready to do Thursday. But I said all that. I lost my train of thought. So what I did in my trade, okay, there it is. What I did in my trade, guys, and I'll say this and I'll wrap it up. I gave up Tyler Eifert. I already had Scott Chandler and Travis Kelce. So I liquidated Tyler Eifert, traded him out for Eric Ebron and Christian Michael. So I went ahead and put that on my dynasty roster. Blend him in with C.J. Anderson, Arian Foster, T.J. Yeldon. So, help my backfield. You never know. I'm taking a shot. Now, like I said, Michael can take the backfield over and never look back. But, Michael's a little hard head too. He has a little Randall in him too. So, guys, it's all up to him. I can't make him do it. If he wants it, it's there to take. And whether he takes it or not, that's up to Michael. And can't nobody tell you he is or he isn't, because nobody knows but Michael. I'm taking a flyer on Michael. So just want to do that. As always, you can Google a Bing, the Fantasy Typhoon, and hit enter. And that's all my information. Make sure you follow me. Make sure you support what we do. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel right here, what you're looking at. Down here in the bottom right-hand corner right down there is a little logo. Go ahead and click on it. Come join us. As I end my show, I gotta do it again. I got to. I'm sorry. But if you're listening to me out there and you're a subscriber, make sure you say it with me. Come on, say it with me. Fantasy football is a mirror of the NFL. It has to happen in the NFL before it can happen in your fantasy teams. All right, good day.